Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Oxygen Not Included. And at the current moment, we have finally built the shower, and I just need to hook up the pipes to it to get to working. We also have a warning that we're not producing enough oxygen. It seems like a pretty significant difference. Now, that might be because we had these two oxygen, well, whatever they're called, deoxidizers, out of commission at the time. So that might be part of it, but also we have quite a lot of carbon dioxide in the base still, and I would like to try and combat that if I can. So what do we have here? This is a new tech as well. Produces a steady supply of oxygen using piped-in water. Ooh, that could be very good. All right, so I'm gonna have to think, piped-in water. Where do we have water, and where can we easily access pipe? Well, right here. I mean, we don't have that great of oxygen supply over here. So how big is this thing? Fairly big. All right, what I'm gonna do, this might be the wrong thing to do, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to move these algae terrariums. I'm gonna deconstruct them and replace them with this new building. So I'm also going to build some tile here because you can't build pipe through stone. So let's do that, and then what I would also like to do, just to make sure it gets done relatively soon, is I'd like to prioritize it. So let's put it up to an 8, and I think we'll do that all prioritized, and then these two things. I'm assuming it's the prioritization to deconstruct them, although I don't know if you can prioritize deconstruction, to be honest with you. And then while I'm at it, I would also like to build another algae terrarium down here, and maybe another one over here. Okay, so that has been done. So now what I'd like to do, build this here, but I haven't prioritized it, so they should finish the floor first. And then what I'm going to need to do is prioritize. I want to make this a 7, so it's a little bit lower priority. All this pipe being produced. Because until this pipe gets produced, we can't produce the oxygen. Well, technically we only need the pipe to come so far. So let's say we do that. That'll get some of the pipe finished. And then hopefully through this we can start producing more oxygen, because this I'm hoping will really pump it out. Also, it'd be nice if we swept this up. That'd be nice. Okay. All right. We can harvest. Harvest. Anything else we can harvest? Let's just look around the map, because there are a fair number of these mealwoods. Well, first off, we have a bunch over here. Alright, well, that's not a very high priority, so not sure exactly when it will get done. I also would like to dig out more of this area. We're gonna continue to do that. Oh, I have to be careful with the sand, don't I? Because the sand will fall down. Shoot, that's a real concern. I don't even know if they can reach it, to be honest with you, but I am a little bit concerned about the sand falling on their heads. Maybe I should do this in a way that won't fall on their head, but in a very incremental fashion. So we'll dig like this, and we'll get it over to here, and then it will fall down. Then we'll dig out the sand, fall down, dig out the sand, and just keep doing that until I think we're in a good spot. Okay, now that we have that all done, let's go ahead and prioritize still more. Put that at a 7, so they build it relatively soon. Okay. I think the next thing I want to address is power generation, because I don't know if we're doing it very well, especially with this manual power. And then heat dissipation is going to be a big problem too. Alright, so power. I'm going to assume this needs like a water hookup or something to work. This might not be a bad spot to put it. I mean, I do have to concern myself with the output of the gas, and I'm not sure if you can pipe that away or not. That's the one thing I'm a little bit, I guess, concerned about. So let's say we put it right here. First off, it's going to produce a ton of heat. I'm aware of that. But secondly, but we could put it in a safer spot, like over here somewhere. Alright, well, let's build an infrastructure for it. And then I'll think about what we do. Well, while they're sleeping, why don't we just check out how this works? So, let's go over to plumbing. And that would not be a liquid pipe, it would be a gas pipe. Don't see a way to connect it. Like if I go over to wiring, we can see the plug here, but I don't see any outlet for the gas. So, as far as I'm concerned right now, and there may be a way to do it, I'm not positive, there's no way to actually hook up a pipe, and I'm fairly certain, this is just a gas, of course, that it's going to pump out contaminated oxygen, or something that's going to be bad for us. Maybe CO2, something that, there's going to be some element of pollution. So, I'm going to build that ledge, but right now, it's not a super high priority. What I do have as a priority is things that I already have built and are not functional right now. So, let's prioritize this pipe getting done. Because it's not done. And also, we're going to need more pipe. We're going to need to hook this up. There. We're also going to need power. So let's grab power. And that. Well. Oop. There it is. And let's prioritize that. We'll make that a 6. So 6 and 6. All right. Yeah, see, this is where we're having problems with our power. We're not getting enough power to run our base anymore off of just one manual power generator. I could temporarily put another one in, and that might not be a bad idea. So let's just do that, and I'm going to put that on a very high priority. It's temporary, but I think it's a good idea. And the other thing I'd like to do, while we're on power, why don't we go over to the power grid, which is this one, and I would like to cancel. I mean, in theory, if we cancel that, it should still hook up power. I'm not exactly sure, though, but oh, not cancel, deconstruct. Deconstruct. I'm just going to deconstruct the connection, and then we'll see about maybe hooking it up better. So I'm going to do power. Let's get rid of this overlay. So, power. Electrical. From here to there. Okay. So I've made this a high priority. So they should start working on it sometime. And then we're going to need wiring. It's going to go from here to here. And we're going to make that a high priority too. I'm going to have to lower that priority. But right now, I'm just trying to get some things up and running. Matter of fact, now that this is running, it's not saying that we have insufficient oxygen. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure... Ooh, what is this? Hydrogen, unbreathable. Oh. Is that what this... Is that what this produces? Oh, that's new. I mean, that's good for the hydrogen power, but... I'm starting to get a little bit concerned with how much hydrogen we're outputting here. It did not say it was going to do that, so... Alright, well... I mean, it's better than it was. I accidentally deconstructed the whole thing, didn't I? Okay, well, that was an accident. Alright, so let's go to food. Build the cooking station. We already have where it's going to be plugged in. And I'm going to prioritize that highly. Okay, so we got our power generation up and going. Granted, this is kind of running low. So we're definitely going to need to start thinking about this power generation. And I think the better, or the sooner the better. So we're going to put coal. And I got to wait until this gets constructed. So why don't we prioritize that too. To a 9. Alright. So we're kind of dancing around here, trying to get rid of, take care of a lot of things. But definitely I need to work on some way to get rid of the contaminated oxygen and hydrogen. I'm not really sure how we do that. But I'm gonna have to start thinking about the gas piping system, for sure. And figuring out how that works, because this is gonna be a problem eventually if I don't do something, in my opinion. Okay, now that's taken care of, let's do our power. I've already decided that I want to do the coal production over here. So I will put it there. And then from there, I'll worry about the electrical wire here in a second. Well, you know what? We're going to have to do that anyway. So I'm going to do that over there, down the ladder. Oop, no, not like that. Down the ladder, behind this, down. All right, that's going to be how it works for now. Kind of ugly, but it works. Now let's prioritize it. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on around here that I want to do. First off, let's change the priority of that bound to 5, even though we do need the power generation. Next, let's bring the priority up. Now, the downside of this is it looks like it's kind of hard to prioritize something behind. So I'm just going to have to, once we get to this point, not prioritize this, because that's just going to prioritize the oxygen generation. As a matter of fact, yeah, see, I don't want that. No, not 6, 5. There we go. Okay, and we may need to dig out more copper. I'm not exactly sure. Alright, so we need more algae. And I have jobs to mine that, but I have all this other stuff going on right now. Okay, we're getting power into the batteries. Okay, and we're not producing enough oxygen as a result of not having the algae, so... Alright, well, we'll get on that. Hopefully soon. How's our breathable... Okay. Still have a lot of work to do here. All right, we must have most of it built. Ooh, harvest. Okay. Ooh, more harvesting over here. All right. Okay. Guess I never did prioritize this. I'm not sure where we are on metal. Raw metal, we're out, according to that, so we're gonna need to dig. Get more. So I'm gonna prioritize that very highly. There's also more copper in closer areas. Like over here. I guess I could dig a lot of this out. As long as I'm careful not to cut into here too much. It's just one of those things. Right now, we have so many jobs to do, and we don't have... We don't have enough people to do them. Okay, we should have enough copper now. So I'm not overly worried about it. I'm hoping we can get across here. Okay. I'm also going to tell them to sweep. And sweep. We'll have to see if Gus gets caught. I'm going to keep an eye on him just in case. It looks like he's okay. Because he can hop. There we go. Okay, so coal is now up and running. We just don't have the one pipe. So what I'm going to do... I say pipe, I mean wire. I'm going to do that, but then I'm going to eventually change the priority down on the other stuff. And then we should be at a point... As a matter of fact, I'm missing a bed, aren't I? Okay, so I need... No, that's not true. He just didn't... There's a bed not being used. Where is that person? Okay, it was just a narcolepsy issue. That's interesting, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should have one person sleeping somewhere. That is... Ah, right there, I see him. Jack. Okay, so we are minus one bed. Ooh, we have more harvestable food. Alright, well... Oh, wow. Stress is very high for a couple people. May and Hugh. Alright, we're gonna have to take a look at May. May? Okay, so dirty hands and interrupted sleep. We do not have a way to clean their hands right now, and that's because we do not have bleach stone. And it looks like to get bleach stone, we need to go into chlorine gas and die. Because chlorine gas is quite poisonous. Trying to see if there's any bleach stone around here that is... It looks like it only occurs where there is chlorine gas. Well, that makes sense that it's going to force you to eventually have to go in areas that are a little bit more hazardous. Okay, so that pipe is now... wire is now done. Let's change the priority of this so it's not so high. And we still are really low. Let's see what we got. All algae. So I'm going to prioritize over here to work on this algae, because there's algae right there. Another thing I can do, and I kind of figure I can do this. Let's also sweep. Keep all that. See if there's anything else that needs swept. Okay, we're good there. All right, so what I'm thinking about doing is just building tile all across here, and we'll get the algae as a result. And then another thing I may do, not positive, but maybe convert this to tile as well. This will be a ladder area maybe. So I'll leave this open. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to put a ladder right there. That's going to be like a starter ladder. So they don't have to hop over it all the time. Okay. Now this should, in theory, start giving us power. A lot of power. As a matter of fact, so much power that I'm not really sure. Is it running? Not sure it's running. Let me take a look at it. What other connections could we possibly use? So, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you do need a gas pipe. Yay, nay. Liquid pipe? Yay, nay. I mean, it's not giving me any warning that it's not working. Fire nominal. Okay. Old generator. Is it possible that the wire's not connected? No, it looks like it is. Okay. Energy. Power stored. Power produced. Power consumed. Potential power consumed. Okay, that's giving us plus 600 watts. It's giving us plus 400 watts, plus 400 watts. I mean, I guess we just have to let it run. I mean, it seems like it's working. It just is not really... There's no visuals for it, which is kind of throwing me off. I was expecting it to, you know, chug and belch, and I honestly don't know if it produces pollution. It could, but I'm not seeing it. So just something I'm gonna have to keep an eye on. All right. So now that we have power generation technically done, harvest that. I'm not really sure why we're not harvesting this. Did I not make that a very high priority? No, I did not make it a high priority. There. Get on it. Oh. There we go. And oxygen levels are okay over here. I mean, I could double check. I mean, we got some hydrogen gas there, but it's a lot better than it was. So what I'm going to do is, now that I can, I'm going to put some mess tables all in there. Okay, so we are down a bed. We're missing a bed. Super down on oxygen production down here. Sure. Matter of fact, power is in such a state, I almost kind of want these guys to stop running on the treadmill. So, what I'm going to do is turn down the priority. Let's say we'll put it at a 4. That should make it, you know, not as high a priority as other things. Because we need to get on this algae. I mean, also, we're not producing oxygen. With some of these, so that, you know, that's kind of a downer. All right, so now we have the algae to start working on some things. We should be a little bit better off. I hesitate to get rid of this. I really do, but I think eventually I'm going to have to. Alright, so we're in an okay state with what we're doing. We're gonna get algae out of this, so, you know, I'm okay with it. We're gonna start cooking. I forgot that I rebuilt it, which is why I didn't have a recipe. I mean, honestly, I didn't need to disassemble that wire. I was just doing it for simplicity's sake, and... Okay, so we don't need any research there. Okay, we're still low on algae, so I figure we prioritize or continue to prioritize digging here. Except I don't know how much of this is algae, so we're more digging up dirt. Eventually, when we replace all this, we will get some algae as well. So maybe prioritizing this as an 8 will help. There we go with the algae that we need. Okay, water resources seem okay. Oh, we've got some harvestable. And some sweepable. Okay, we can get another duplicate, which is kind of getting to that point where I feel like I need it. I mean, edible, we're doing pretty good, so it's not like we have too many mouths to feed. I mean, you could argue that we have too many people breathing our oxygen, though. Okay, so we've got uncultured and iron gut. So 2 positives technically, although no real benefit here stats-wise. 2 negatives, I'm not a big fan of that. Narcoleptic, I can deal with that. It's not great. Pretty well-rounded. Grease Monkey gives us some tinkering. I think I'm going to go ahead with this character here. Print them off. Okay. No power. Oh, we're having power problems. It's probably because I turned the priority down. So let's put it back up to a 5 and get people running on this treadmill. So apparently, coal generator, we need maybe more of these things. So it's not producing. I mean, maybe it is. Let me take a look at this. I mean, I see a little bit of contaminated oxygen, but that might have been there already, so it's kind of hard for me to really say for sure. The hydrogen, I think, is being produced by this thing. It's producing a lot of oxygen, but it's also producing hydrogen as a byproduct, it seems. We don't have enough metal to produce a coal generator, though, so ideally that's what we would do, but we need to do copper, so it's prioritization time. We're going to prioritize all that. Alright, so we got these guys running in the generators. Batteries are getting recharged. Power is doing okay. We need to sweep. Sweep. Okay, our refrigerator is full, so I guess we need another one of those. And that is under base? Base? No? Is it under food? There we go. I mean, I had a ration box and I got rid of it. Maybe I need to put that back in. I'm not 100% on that, but why don't we put that back in so we have somewhere to put food, I guess. I mean, the refrigerator is ideal, but also sweep this up. On the other hand, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure with the refrigeration how necessary that is. All right, so this should be giving us copper as we're going. So that should allow me to build another coal generator, which I'm just going to stick right next to the other one. And then we're going to need power, electrical power, to hook there. And then we're just going to prioritize this so it gets done, because power seems to be a real issue. Okay, well, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. We have a whole new set of things to worry about with some of our newly researched tech. And I think the next thing I'm going to want to work on is figuring out how the gas pipe stuff works. So, in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.